What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the other day, holy crap, DICE came out with another trailer for the campaign that's going to be happening within Battlefield 6, and I gotta be real with you guys. As much as I don't really enjoy campaigns within Battlefield, I am strangely pretty pumped to see what this is all about, and every last bit of more information that they showcase to us is pretty dang solid. But guys, before we go and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Post twice here, once at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and also a second time at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Pretty much all different types of FPS games, third-person shooters, so of course you guys want to stay up to date with all that stuff, subscribe and hit that bell. And last but not least, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, I'll link the channel down in the description of this video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually going to go ahead and be quiet a little bit here. I'm going to showcase the overall campaign trailer, and we'll come back and discuss afterwards.
Hostiles inbound. 100 meters in closing.
I got 2. East side.
Moving right to left.
I got 3 west side. Frame shoot. On the T of execute. 3, 2, 1. Execute.
The world as it's commonly known has crumbled. Alliances that held since the end of World War II, gone.
Dagger, this is Pax's ballsiest play yet.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. Want to help our friends take back this rock? Hoorah!
You're playing a dangerous game, no doubt about it. Wouldn't be Dagger without insurmountable odds.
The whole world's gonna look different now. Just takes a little shake of perspective.
Gotta love a challenge.
Stand by for re-attack call.
Light them up! We gotta move! Woo! Hold on!
Kincaid will pay for this.
But we don't know how high it goes.
You trying to start a war with the CIA?
That is not the fucking question!
This is it. I know what I gotta do.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is a little bit more of a reveal of what the campaign is going to be about within Battlefield 6. Now, as I stated before, I'm not too much of a Battlefield campaign fan. I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I never really cared for Battlefield 3. I never really cared for Battlefield 4 when it came down to campaigns. I didn't bother with any of the war stories. You know, I think it was in Battlefield 1, correct? I think that had the war stories. I don't know. I've never been too invested. When it comes to Battlefield games, the bread and butter of this franchise, for me personally, has always been multiplayer. Absolutely. And to be honest, there hasn't been a singular time where I have seen a trailer for Battlefield and I was like, wow, that actually looks really cool. Don't get me wrong. And again, some of the war stories for Battlefield 1 were actually really dope. And I think that, a lot of people enjoyed that. But everything else, as I stated, it's never been a wow factor for me, right? I'm being serious with you guys. It's never been a wow factor. As I stated before, 3, didn't really care. 4, didn't really care. Hardline, didn't really care. At all of them, I just didn't really care. Besides the bad companies were really solid. But, as we move more forward to, what we got now, Battlefield just really became a multiplayer experience. It's not like Call of Duty, where Call of Duty, I usually end up finishing each and every campaign. No, when it came to Battlefield, I bought them. I might, play a mission from the campaign just to see if anything is, really interesting, and then instantly ditch it and go right over to multiplayer and invest all of my hours within that. But boy, oh boy, when I went ahead and saw this trailer right here, this is the first time in a long time that I've actually been pretty impressed. Now, I don't know if it's because of, EA's budget when it comes to putting together trailers and stuff of that sorts. But for some reason, the campaign storyline has been really appealing to me. Ever since they first initially announced it, I was like, wow, this actually seems dope. It actually is a concept that is sparking my interest. And I want to dive deep to see, what the back-end lore actually looks like and why things are going on, what's happening, get all the fine details of what this campaign is about. And honestly, I feel like it will add a little bit more atmosphere to the multiplayer experience. Whereas before, yeah, if you played the campaigns, it added some atmosphere to the overall multiplayer. And I think you also, unlocked certain weapons for multiplayer. So you wanted to play a campaign, if you wanted some exclusive weaponry. But overall, multiplayer was its own beast. But here, between the two factions and all the maps pretty much representing the campaign, it's going to be actually quite interesting to play through the campaign, see all of the maps that we play on in multiplayer, see both factions in action, see some characters that are behind each of these factions, see how they interact with one another, and then, again, transfer over to multiplayer and have a similar experience. Of course, less campaign, less characters, less narrative, but still, it'll add a bit more immersion and atmosphere to what Battlefield 6 already has to offer. Also, I think another nice touch of this campaign was how it showcased a lot of the no-name soldiers for Pax Armada. And it showcases that, again, when you're playing multiplayer, you are indeed a no-name soldier. You're just, one of the grunts being thrown out there into the overall battle. Of course, I know DICE has been trying to add some, backstory lore to some of these characters, but I don't really think it's going to stick because, again, as you can see, they're just, again, people are being thrown out into the overall combat that you're going to be versing. You're probably going to see a lot of the people that you verse in multiplayer within the campaign. For example, the recon skin that you see for PAX was literally identical to what you saw when they were, trying to coordinate their shots against the enemy team there. So I like that because it's going to add, again, the no-name atmosphere that people are craving when it comes to multiplayer, just being another soldier, not really anybody being, the main character of the overall multiplayer, match that you're in. And, of course, I can definitely see them later down the road adding in more, special characters that you can purchase with money. But for your base soldiers and the base soldier skins, they are indeed just going to be your typical average grunt that's going to be thrown into the fight. And I think that's what people have been asking for a very long time. And I also want to go ahead and mention how overwhelmingly positive the comment section of this, overall video here has been. Of course, I'll leave the link to the trailer down in the description of this video and you guys can see it for yourself. But seriously, it's just mental. The support behind Battlefield 6 has been so phenomenal across the board between multiplayer, Portal, campaign, all of the above, that it just makes me so confident and happy for the launch of this overall game. I mean, first and foremost, how many explosions do you want? Yes. Another person said this trailer was so good, it made Black Ops 7 unpre-order itself somehow. Next person, I was at my wedding but ran to the bathroom just to watch this trailer. Another one, never clicked on a trailer so quick. This one also says, the contrast in tone between the Black Ops 7 trailer and this is unbelievable. Another comment saying, this is the quickest I've ever clicked a link in my life. I mean, guys, I don't think I see a singular negative comment under this post here. Shoot, I don't think I've ever seen a singular negative comment under a lot of the posts, whether it's the multiplayer reveal or whatever it is. As I stated before, the support has been mind-boggling. And I'm so happy to see a lot of people backing this game up. Not only the Battlefield community, but a lot of other FPS communities as well. The FPS scene has been so dry for so long that it's nice to see everybody finally uniting behind something and trying to push to add competition back into the scene. But I will say, I am still kind of worried about the campaign, although it looks really good, and I'm very intrigued with the backstory of it. We can't forget about the leaks behind the scenes saying that the campaign is very far behind, and that's realistic to me because as we all know, not only do we think the multiplayer experience is the bread and butter, but DICE also understands that the multiplayer experience is the bread and butter of the overall franchise. So I guarantee the majority of all their resources went into making sure the multiplayer was polished, and it was. Both betas were absolutely phenomenal. All of the, labs gameplay looks great, so smooth, so fluent. You could tell that all of that development time went straight into multiplayer. But when it comes down to campaign, the leaks behind the scenes aren't sounding too great, and we haven't really seen any actual gameplay of the campaign. All we really have seen is, basically the clips that they want us to see, and a lot of, CGI stuff. But, like I said, the backstory is so solid that I just hope that they could push through with this one. Because, man, I would love to follow it along. But if it really is in a rough spot, then it is what it is. Sadly, the campaign might be a little bit of a flop, but I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping DICE can give us a full package here, give something for everybody to go ahead and enjoy, and just make sure that every last bit of the $70 that you're going to be spending on this game is going to be well worth it throughout literally every game that you could possibly think of. But ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Of course, go down in the comment section and let me know what you guys think about this overall campaign here and all of the details that we have been getting. Do you think it looks good? Do you think it looks bad? Are you actually excited for a Battlefield campaign? Are you not really giving a crap? And also, have you always enjoyed Battlefield, campaigns? Or are you like me, mostly always kind of swayed over to the multiplayer experience? Of course, you guys know I love reading all the comments down below. But as always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Post twice here. Once at 8 a.m. and a second time at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Pretty much everything FPS or even third-person shooter related, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. And last but not least, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And the lineup so far is looking at today we are going to be playing some Skate, so if you guys are actually interested in seeing me play Skate, I'm going to be playing that today. Tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and play some Marvel Rivals, and Saturday, there's actually going to be a playtest for Splitgate 2, so we're going to be grinding that out. So if you guys are interested in any of that content, want to chat it up with me, or even see me just, rocking some games live and in action, by all means, you can find a link to my Twitch channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all next one. Peace out.